This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that federal prosecutors in New York have been in contact with multiple women who have accused Vince McMahon of sexual misconduct. They're looking for communication that they had with the former WWE chairman who has now resigned. Apparently, according to the Wrestling Observer, the prior allegations against McMahon is what has led to the Securities and Exchange Commission and federal prosecutors investigating the $14.6 million in payments that he has made to women dating back to 2006. There's also another payment that was made in a settlement to Rita Chatterton from an alleged rape that occurred back in the 80s, as well as a spa manager that would not be included in that. And that was related to misconduct related to the spa manager. Apparently, there's another woman that claims she was sent nude photos of McMahon, and McMahon settled with her for $1 million. That was back in 2008. The 2006 settlement was with an employee. And this is interesting. I'm sure it's going to come out. The 2006 settlement was with an employee who had worked for WWE for 10 years that that Vince started a sexual relationship with. There was also a $1.5 million payment to another employee that had a sexual misconduct claim against John Laurinaitis, saying that John and her had an affair. And this is a different one than the this is not Janelle Grant. There's another woman that said they had an affair with Laurinaitis, and she ended it, and she was demoted once it ended. And it was around that time that John Laurinaitis was removed as head of talent relation, but he stayed with the company as a producer. All the way back in 2002, the Wall Street Journal reported that a lawyer representing former WWE, the first woman referee ever in WWE, Rita Chatterton, had demanded 11.775 million in damages for his client for allegedly raping her in his limousine in 2006. Chatterton did tell that story to Geraldo Rivera back in '92. And again, that claim was re-brought back up and settled. Apparently, the manager of the spa in California had to do with Vince McMahon sexually assaulting her while at this spa in 2011. The amount that Vince settled with Chatterton was undisclosed. All that's known is it's less than 11.75 million. Nobody knows what happened in the spa manager case at this point, although the husband was very mad. Apparently, when Mr. McMahon met Janelle Grant, he was 76 and she was 38. And, or sorry, he was 73 and she was 38. And when it ended, he was 76 and she was 41. So this sexual situation with Janelle Grant went on for quite a long time. Apparently, the reason she's coming out about this is because Vince was supposed to pay her settlement of 3 million in installments, but he did not pay the February 10th, 2023 installment because he felt that she had broken her non-disclosure agreement by talking to the Wall Street Girl. Apparently, there's been no mention of Vince McMahon on any of the company programming. Brock Lesnar was removed from a WWE video game. Vince McMahon still owns 11% of TKO stock. Apparently, whether that lawsuit against WWE, John Laurinaitis, and Vince McMahon by Janelle Grant is settled or not, according to Dave Meltzer, will likely have to do with the TKO insurance companies, the company that carries their insurance, because the amount could be more if it goes before a jury, and the insurance company will weigh the risk of it going before the jury or not. But I guess the ball will be in their court. As far as Brock Lesnar, he was never named in the suit. It was just shown the text message that I did a video on yesterday. There was some communication with Brock Lesnar and Janelle Grant. Allegedly, he asked for a picture of her urinating, which she provided, but they never had sex. But WWE has pulled Lesnar from not only the Royal Rumble, but the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. He could be used again. They haven't released him at this point, but it doesn't appear they're going to use him until all this blows over. John Laurinaitis, the former WWE head of talent relations and WWE producer and WCW executive, was suspended by WWE June 21st, 2022, and fired the following month. Triple H, the son-in-law of Vince McMahon, Paul Levesque, was heavily criticized for his performance at the Royal Rumble press conference, according to Dave Meltzer and many others. He basically had said the company had had a great week due to the Netflix deal and The Rock being put on the TKO board of directors. He claimed that he found out about the lawsuit at the same time as everyone else. Keep in mind, he replaced Johnny Ace as head of talent relations and as Vince McMahon's son-in-law. So, I mean, as Meltzer said in the Wrestling Observer this week, this makes him out to be either incompetent or completely dishonest. There was also some controversy. I mean, Shawn Michaels has been alleged that back in the 80s he would halcyon women. Not necessarily, he didn't have any issues with women wanting to have sex with him. Both him and Marty Jannetty sure had tons of women, but like it was more done as gags. But Brutus Beefcake, more allegedly done as gags. Brutus Beefcake, the WWE Hall of Famer, had claimed in a video that Shawn Michaels would halcyon, which is a sedative, a strong sedative, would halcyon women, have sex with them, then throw them out of their hotel rooms, so the hotel people would have to deal with them. Shawn Michaels denied this in an NXT conference call. I mean, it has come out that Dynamite Kid and Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, the Iron Sheik, and others definitely halcyon people in the 80s. It was a thing. But Shawn Michaels is saying, well, he used pain pills and downers and took drugs. It was for insecurity issues and not to have sex with women. So, a lot of controversy in WWE right now. It'll be interesting to see if Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I mean, anything's possible. But a lot of people think Triple H and Bruce Pritchard will be released from the company due to their connections with Vince McMahon. Mike D thinks the Nasty Boys are going in the Hall of Fame 2024. There's footage out there of Brian Knobbs saying the N word on tape. The WWE has enough um, controversy right now than to put the Nasty Boys in the Hall of Fame. Patrick says it's creaky. Someone says, I mean, these allegations are before the court. We'll see what happens. Alan Kesselman, one of our members, thank you for the channel support. Just when you think this can't get any worse. Yeah, the federal investigation, I mean, who knows if the feds still hold a grudge over losing the steroid investigation to Vince McMahon. But I think Jerry McDivitt was is supposed to be retired, so I don't know if he'll have McDivitt to represent him if that actually goes to court. At this point, it's just an investigation, but they did search his home last summer. Piper's doing well, Mike. YNO video. Ah, not don't feel like it. How's that for you, Jeff? Someone does not like Brock Lesnar. The realist says Paul Levesque is known for being a liar. I mean, he's a company man. He's definitely known for being a politician. And look at what he did to China. I mean, he ended up cheating on China with Stephanie McMahon. Then China ended up getting fired. She went through a downward spiral that led to her passing away, but he did not treat China very well. Someone says, shut the entire WWE down and rebuild. Bill, I'm sure I will do an interview with Nails eventually. I would like to go to Minnesota and do a bunch of interviews. Um, hopefully I can do that this year, but I'm not going to do it in the winter. It's cold enough in Canada here than to travel somewhere. It's also cold. Have a great afternoon. I'll be back with my Wrestling Observer review, and I'm not going to go rehash this Vince McMahon stuff in the Wrestling Observer review. It'll be different news.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.